Hi everybody, welcome back to Sid's Modded Life, Season 2, Episode 169 with me, Sid, and we're still over here in Jurassic Land, where last episode we got these big fellas, look. Yeah, we got the sabres. They're just doing their tigery things. What I have done in between episodes, I've started on the next enclosure and I have put a line of poplar trees down there. These are custom trees, and I've got this thing more or less laid out. What we need to do is just jump into my tool bag, grab the building gadget. I know what I've done. I'm just looking at, I can see there was something missing. Astral sorcery. Right. And then we are going to get you set to those. And we're going to have to run around this complex and fill this in with things. Now, luckily, the inhabitants of this particular enclosure are Ice Age Savannah dwellers. So I don't need to go mad with the old ice, which is nice. Don't want no ice baby. And yeah, so in terms of the compound, it's again reasonably medium small. I may put a line of trees down the back of both of these actually, and I may even do something over there, but that's deep enough that you can't really see all the way through it. And well, let me get this thing. We can put some trees in it. I might stick a Brazilian pine, even though I know they are not the best representations of that particular tree. And yeah, and then we've got some further plans to be on with. So right now, just let me get this played out. We'll stick the wires on the top just to simulate the idea that this is electrified, and I'll be back with you. Alright, need to put some lamps on the outside, which I have one, so we need to make some more of those. We also need to see about some other bits and pieces, but first things first, this is wrong in every way, but there you go. Oh, and yeah, we'll stick, where are you? There you go. We have two critters embedded in there. We need to be in the area, obviously, for them to burst out. No, they're not going to come out like chest bursters. But what we do need is we need to get some lights made. Hopefully, we've got the means. We may have to go out to the asteroids at some point and maybe mine some more of those the derelicts, because they were really handy little sources of that, because these are relatively inexpensive. If we go in here and then go recipe and bang, we can make 14 of them. So that's not bad. They'll do us for now. The batteries should be relatively inexpensive, and they charge pretty quick. So that's the thing. Wireless charging for the win, eh? There you go. And now we're out of glowstone, but that's fine. I'll live with that. 23, that will keep me going for a while. And we do need to start thinking about the next thing I want to build, which is actually not going to be an enclosure. We've got quite a few critters that we do need to get enclosed. But I was thinking the other day about how we handle. I also need to just redo the edges of here. I can't stand seeing flat, unmessy grass in the area. It's a pet bugbear. Of course, if you play D&D, the thoughts of a pet bugbear were probably quite scary. Okay, we're going to put one on that pillar. We'll stick one on that pillar. And we shall stick one on that pillar. And that should give us plenty of illumination. So we're just waiting for these guys to give birth to their respective offspring. And then we're going to start working on the vehicle garage, where we will have some interesting stuff. And I've added a mod specifically for this, so but we'll come to that in a bit. But let's first... Oh, I need to put the feeder in, don't I, as well? That is a very good point. So I will need to head back and get a feeder as well. And a vegetarian feeder. They will unfortunately strip the ground of all the vegetation, which is annoying. But there's nothing I can do about that. They will... Oh, actually there is something I can do about that. That is a possibility. I might just do that. We'll do some experimenting, but first things first, let's wait for this quagga and the other thing. Both of them are savannah critters, and both of them, I believe, are veggies. I hope they are, because otherwise I've just built an enclosure for 2 critters when there's only going to be 1 in here. But I shall be back with you in a moment. Alright, we have got our quagga, who just took some damage. I don't know why. Come here, you. Come on, out of the grass. Oh, that gotcha. Where have we got the... Oh, there it is. The Platybelodon. Both herbivores. So we need to head off. We need to go and get a feeder and a herbivore feeder sorted. And I need to play around with some ideas as well. I just want to see what we've got in the way of... well, let me pull some things together and we shall see what's what. What have I got in there? Not a lot of anything that I want right now. So we'll just empty that. Doesn't take long. And I shall grab a few things to play with. And I'll be back in a mo. Alright, I think we've got everything we need. I just need to double check that I am making up this ender chest the same way. It's going to be white, white, green. And now that's full of potatoes. Lovely. So the last thing we need to do is go and clone some critters. Now it occurs to me at some point I am going to have to go out to the ocean monument, and we're going to have to do some work, because we've spent a lot of time over here with the tree and the the undersea, the garden down there and all of that. This obviously needs finishing, and this bit is far from finished, and obviously at the moment it's just housing 2 very simple machines. One to harvest and kill squidlets, not sure why that isn't actually... Oh, because it pulls them out, doesn't it? Yeah, there you go. That is obviously just ranching squidlets. This one is just creating whatever I throw in it, which in this case is going to be a quagga. And we are going to want 2 or 3 of these, maybe 4, maybe even 5. That's 3. So we'll take my monster balls and coin. And we'll do another Yeah, 4 is... they are herd animals. Let's do one more spawn. And then we can grab all of those, or at least we can grab all of the ones we've got space for. Now, the issue I've got, of course, is where to stash them, because this is full of some bits and pieces for the actual enclosure. So I think we're going to have to go into here, aren't we? And then we'll go grab the that, and we'll do that. That's obviously the babies are going to be done, and I'm not sure how big these things are, by the way. These are, oh, they're quite large. They're effluents, aren't they? I think that's probably one more. 3 more. That gives, wow, that gave me a lot. Doesn't matter. They are assured of a good home. So, armed with all of that lot, and my cyclic bag, which I have almost certainly... I don't know why I'm doing... Oh, well, I do know why I'm doing it. It's because... it's because I'm using it in tech warfare, the bag, the belt, and I don't have the bag, so I'm getting into a kind of a muscle memory of when I want things, I go for my belt. And muscle memory can be a dangerous thing, you know. Anyway, let us see about hooking this lot up. So the first thing is I want to put the feeding station, and I would like to hide that here, I think. And what I may do is just chop down that tree to and we'll use the that's not what I wanted. Come here, you. So you go there, you go there, you go there, and start filling that up with potatoes. That was not what I wanted. Maybe I don't need to chop down that tree. Let's just do that. That works. Right, now what we do need to do is release the baby. Wow, hungry. And the zebra thing as well, the quagga. Oh, you can ride them. Well, once it's adult. That's interesting. But what we should do is go and get our brood. I'll use the word brood mares loosely, because that one is definitely not a mare. And armed with that, what I'm thinking is this. If we were to... There's actually a handy little hole down here. So if I were to come underneath here from here, for example. Let's see, we are here. So what I want to do is I want a block there. I need this thing out. We'll take one of those, which we will... that's not going to work so well. Okay, let me take that and pop that in there like so. Give that some of that. We'll obviously have to keep... we'll work out how we access these for fueling them later, because at the moment they are entirely manual. So we got that. give it a couple of bone meal blocks. We'll give it a clock, which we shall place next to it, and then we're going to set the duration is down to 5 ticks, and so every 5 minutes will be 600, so every 10 minutes will be 1200, every 15 minutes will be 1800. So effectively that should bone meal the ground above it every 18 minutes. So if these guys go and really like just go on a mad rampage and completely strip this of foliage, like this little guy's doing here, you hungry little bugger you. And I wonder whether this is actually just going to act more like a horse, you know, and not actually eat. It's possible. Let's just test this out before we go mad. We can use this space up here. Got a little bit of grass. This stuff, actually we want to use grass, don't we? So let's go... Where is my dank knoll? If I were a dank knoll, where would I be? Because I'm not there. And I'm not there. Uh-oh. Whew. Dank knoll. Right, where am I? This needs to be set to grass. And we shall... Now what I'm not actually sure about is how big a space this will do as well. So if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and then another 4, if it does a 9 by 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, then I will be quite frankly surprised. 1, 2, 3, 4, there, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So that's going to be the point in which we drop our dispenser. And then we'll have another 3 off of that, 1, 2 and 3. It's science time, yay. Now of course a lot of these answers are already known. I could probably just go on the wiki and look them up. Where's the fun in that? So we shall place a dispenser down like so. We'll whack a piece of grass on the top. We'll have a quick snooze. And then we'll throw in some well, what we'll actually do is we'll do this slightly the other way around. We'll grab a clock and some bone meal. Damn you. That didn't help either. We shall stick the clock next to it on a... let's put this on a 600... Hang on, 60 ticks is 20 ticks per second, so if I do 1 and 1, that should just go mad. Now if I go 10, so let's put that on a delay of 300 ticks with a duration of 5 ticks, just to give it a long enough pulse, and then we'll stick that on there. Oh, and let's wait and see what it does. So it actually has got a reasonable range. Gets as far out here as here. So it certainly looked to go to about 3 or 4 either well, certainly as far as 4. So maybe it does. Yeah, that's all right. So, okay, we can work with that. Let me quickly dismantle this. And we'll get on and throw a whole load down in there just to keep it foliaged. I don't know whether to bother doing something similar in the mammoth enclosure. I mean, on one side it would obviously be beneficial. On the other side it all depends on how fast they denude the mass down there. Okay, I'm going to just run around under here, put in a whole load of these. I'll be back in a mo. Alright, got a little work network going on down here, and there's now a selection of dispensers, 9 in total, all working down there. So every 9,999 ticks, I've slowed them right down, and I will get more bone meal in them at some point, but not urgent right now at this second. But every 9,999 ticks, it will fire off a bone meal burst, which should re-bone meal the ground and make it at least look, you know, semi-presentable. And hopefully they'll feed from there as well, which, you know, that should be a thing as on that side of things. Let me just go. I need to keep a quagga, so I've got one of everything. And then what we can do is we can pop that back and grab you out, and we can start I didn't just chuck a saber tooth in there, did I? Oh, we'll soon find out. Okay, well, it doesn't look like I chucked a saber tooth in there. So we'd soon know. I think they're all over here being generally interested in what's going on over there. Keep on seeing the stripes, thinking, oh no, I've chucked a saber in. No, I haven't. It's just a whole load of these. Now, what we should do is hopefully see, because there is one underneath here, so it should get bone mealed on a regular basis or semi-regular basis, and yeah, and that is, I think, all of that. I'm going to just come up over here. I think I could get a little screenshot just in case that's my snap for the episode. Might not be, who knows, but it doesn't matter. More screenshots the merrier, and we'll move on. So I'm going to head back to main base, where we're going to start pulling together some equipment. Now, we may not get a chance to use it all this episode, but we are going to start pulling it together. And I also need to know how much gasoline I've got, because yeah, I've got 52,000 buckets of gasoline. I don't think I'm going to be short of it anytime soon, which is fine. Incidentally, I am not complaining about being overly endowed in the gasoline department, or petrol as we would call it in the UK. Need to make a new chisel at some point as well. So I have added immersive vehicles mod, and we need to start off with, we're going to need to make one of those, which is going to need me to make one of those, and that will allow me to make one of those, which will give me that. The manual is actually not, to be fair, the manual's actually not that bad. I don't think I need to worry about that. Don't think I need to worry about that. These things, jerry cans, I don't know how you make those, but we do need to make several vehicle stations. So first things for things, we're going to need a drafting station, and for that we're going to need to make some panes, and these will give us a drafting station. We won't need a propeller bench anytime soon because we're not making a plane right now, but we will need an engine hoist. And for that I'm going to need a couple of those. What am I missing? Bars. Don't know how. We will definitely need a wheel workbench. We'll want a table saw. That needs to be made with a fresh axe. A rifling machine we'll only need for planes, so again we don't need it. We will need an instrument bench, however. Component bench, we'll have it. It doesn't actually, I don't think there's anything in that that's not been implemented yet. Definitely want a fuel pump. How do I make a jerry can then? Maybe you have to make that using something else. And then we want probably you can make traffic signs, and you've got a variety of street light fittings which we'll play with at some other time, but we definitely want one of those. Probably going to want some concrete. What kind of concrete? Probably not vanilla, that's for certain. I'm thinking not rebar concrete, that might be a little bit excessive. Concrete, that's the stuff I'm after, but we probably want to teach it how to make that, because I've got everything except the water buckets. I'm thinking we maybe need to make an assembler to make those, or do I just go with something like brownstone? Brownstone might be a better choice. Black concrete powder, hopefully don't get it wet, will be fine. Anyway, let's go in. We have a whole load of advancements off of that. Let me just get this down. So basically this mod is the vehicle equivalent of the immersive railroading mod. So for example, if I want to make a fire truck, I need some iron, some stuff, and once we've got all of if we've got all of the relevant things, we can make, if we want to make a big bedded truck, there you go. Want to make a wooden plane, I want to make a fighter plane. This is what I got it for. I want to make the Scout, the Patriotic Scout. That's probably the nearest to the Jurassic Park vehicles that I could find. So for that we need 18 iron, some red and some blue. And then what you're going to do from there, you're going to go for a wheel bench, and we'll pop that down and we'll get into there. And to make a big wheel, we're going to do basically these items, and so on and so forth. So I think what we're going to do is we are going to take this crate maybe for start. What is in that crate still? That's just the clocks and things. So we're going to ditch that contents. I'm going to sit there and work out the bits and pieces we need to throw together. I also need to work out how I make a jerry can. That's going to be annoying if I'm not sure I'm missing actually. Let me just have a look at immersive vehicles. What did I miss? Tool bench. Need one of those. Not sure how you make those though, unless they come from a tool bench. Well, we need to make a tool bench, that's for certain. For that I need one of those. I'm going to make 2 or 3 of those actually for the actual build, because they're going to be... We don't need that many, but you know. So let's have a look. That will allow me to make... Oh, that's the bits for the flatbeds. Not overly helpful. Table saw, seats and cargo. Seat, crates, box rear end, barrel. Okay, oh, I wonder whether you can use a barrel to fuel a vehicle then. Engine hoist is obviously for making the engines. Various engine types, we probably want that one. Car engine, type gasoline. Transmission automatic. There is a diesel truck and a jet engine, so there's a variety of engines. You can buy additional packs for this as well. Yeah, not buy, install. Instrument bench, component bench. That's gonna crash. Oh, what's happening? Am I I think I'm crashing. It's always a danger. Yeah, I've crashed. I'll be back in a mo. Alright, the computer definitely appears to be bugged, but when I tried it in creative it didn't seem to work very well anyway. So what I need to do is I need to get together everything we need to build a vehicle. I'm going to do that quickly. Also get together some gasoline for the, petrol for the vehicle, but we definitely want to make a... So what I will do is I'm going to grab this crate here. We'll get everything together we need and put it into there, and then we'll quickly throw the vehicle together just so I can demonstrate. But next episode we are going to build the vehicle bay garage, where obviously these will be maintained. We'll put some maintenance pits in, all the good stuff. But for now, let me just get this together. So I want you to be, it was 18 iron and lapis red and blue. I'd probably just make these actually, I think. So if I if I grab some iron and some red and some lapis, I know I don't need all that much, but if I take it, then we've got it, haven't we? And go. So there is the thing. Now that will take wheel size between 4 and 1. Engine size up to 1.25, and it has got 2 seats for definite. So we'll go with just 2 on the basis that that's what it says. But let's go and get the... Let's do the engine next. So the engine for is it is, yeah, that's the one. It's automatic, so we need 4 pistons, one obsidian and some iron. Pistons. Make me 2, please. Thank you. And some obsidian. Oops. I probably don't need that anymore. So let us go and get that. And that should give us everything there. Did I get the instrumentation? I don't think I did. I probably need to do that one as well. Let's get the wheels. So that is going to be a large wheel. Wool, iron and ink. Wool, iron and ink. Let me grab those. And I want 1, 2, 3, 4. So that should give me that. What's next? We definitely want... Oh, I did get the instrument bench. We'll come back to the instrument bench in a moment. What I'm thinking is we need the... There we go, the table saw for the seats. And I need to make... We'll do 4, because it will take 4. And I'll do them in... Don't think we have purple as an option. Grey. Light grey, iron and string. Grey. And some string. Yeah, I've sat there thinking, you know, it's hardly going to be 2, 3, 4. It's hardly going to be Jurassic Park style thing if you don't have some kind of vehicle, is it now? And then we need instrumentation, so I need what do I probably need? I definitely need a fuel gauge, ink and bone meal. Let me go and grab ink and bone meal. Bony meal. We can probably put you away and you away now. Let's have a look. So we'll have one of them. Definitely want a probably, oh yeah, that's going to need some. Let me just go back and have a look at the, we need a fuel gauge, so I need red and blue for that, and grey. Oh grief. Red dye, lapis. You get the idea though, I think. Let's go, was it grey or light grey? I didn't check actually, but I've got, let's go with grey. It was. So I need a fuel gauge. So we've got a fuel gauge. Oh. Doesn't matter. We seem to have 2 fuel gauges. What I'm after is, we'll definitely go with one of those. MPH. Because, you know, British. I think that will do us. Let me get a... Did I get a temperature? Fuel gauge, engine temperature. If I didn't get one of those, I've got one now. And that goes away. So I think all we need is... Oh, I made a sign just to see what was things. I think all we need is some fuel. I'll put that away for now. So if I was to go and get what have we got in the way of tanks? Have I got a... What kind of fuel is that in there? Fuel. Fuel. I mean, what on earth is fuel when it's at home? Okay, let's grab some tankage. What do you... You are black hole tank. What have you got in you? That's the question. Lava. Importer. Type. Fluids. Empty. Type. Items. So we know it takes 15 buckets of this, so we can fill that up. I'll take those parts over and we'll try them out. Back in a mo. Alright, we're going to come over here. We'll start down this end of the road and we'll start assembling this this vehicle and we'll give it a try. I say I've only tried this in creative, so please bear with me while I try and work out how to do this in things. Now I think I don't want that. I want to, there we go, pick it up. Let me try placing it the other way around. That's would have been better if it wasn't quite so angled. Let's try that one more time, and then we are going to grab our 4 wheels and they are going to go there. Now this is going to do, this is quite bizarre how it does this, but it doesn't really matter. We'll get it on there. I mean, it's got the kind of the Minecraft look to it without being two things. Whack an engine in it. We'll get some seats in it. 1, 2, 3, 4. I imagine that is going to be a lot harder if you weren't things. So we need a temperature gauge, a speedometer, a fuel gauge, and that. And I think if we come over here and click on that, we can basically say I would like speed, fuel, what gear I'm in, and the temperature gauge. And then what we do is we put you down just there. And we can, I'm going to wonder whether we can actually, oh, that didn't work. I just wonder whether I can actually place this on the top. It's probably not. No. But it doesn't matter, because it means I can actually now go and oops. I rolled the car away. No. Damn it. This thing can break blocks, by the way, if you hadn't noticed. Okay, I need to pick this up. Like so, and we need to fix that. Runaway car. What can we say? At least it didn't break any more blocks than that. That would have been embarrassing. Okay, let me finish fueling this, and then I'll place the car back down. I'll be back in a moment. Alright, one car, one fuel pump. It's going to automatically connect to the nearest car and empty itself into the car, which is slowly filling. And I think they're talking to each other. Obviously you've got the old God only knows what's going on with my head. Is my head on backwards? I think it may be. Here we go. But that's it. We can I'm just going to have another screenshot. So I think using these to get around the park will be pretty good. What we'll do is we'll jump out for a second, and this is nearly done fueling, so we'll take it for a little spin. Try not to break too many blocks on the way, and And obviously we're going to use slate for the roads. That's the material I need. Almost there. And it is full. Pump is empty, disconnecting. Now you can pump into the bottom of this. So if I can just get in here. S. Oh yeah, change gear. I thought it was automatic for some reason. Can we get... I am a much better driver than this in reality, by the way. It's a bit of a narrow... Well, actually it's not that narrow, is it? Plus I'm on the wrong side of the car, of course. You know, let's not forget that simple fact. And brake... Put the brakes on... No. No. Hang on. No. I forgot the key to turn it off. Hang on. This is not good. Oh, it's at least it's stuck. Oh man, I'm in the back. Hang on. Let's put reverse on. I think I remember the key. I think it's Shift Z and... Oh, that was entertaining. I think I need to learn to drive. But we have vehicles to get around the park. With a little bit of work. There are other vehicle packs, so I may look at putting something like an ATV or something like that in. Yeah, okay, to keep us in tune with the other things, but we'll have a little shot like that as well, and I think we'll get a little shot like that. There we go. I've got some screenshots. This potentially could be entertaining. As you can see, I can't drive for toffee, so I can drive in reality, but just video game driving, not me. But over there, I think, is where we're going to build the garage, and we'll build it into the hillside so it comes out. We'll put 2 or 3 of these vehicles down, yeah, get them fueled, hook them in. I may do some of the bigger vehicles as well, and yeah, but until next time, thank you very much for watching, guys. I will see you soon, and bye for now.